You know it's happening when one of the most anti-electric car websites has finally decided they no longer hate Tesla, and yes, EVs are here. Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Wonderful to see so many new subscribers. Welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome back everyone else. Yolopnik. I'm sure you've heard of them. If you haven't been missing anything, so don't worry. But anyway, they've said pure gas-powered vehicles will soon be the minority of Europe's new vehicle sales. Soon, they're saying. Why are they saying this? Well, because logic. Battery EVs alone claim twice the market share of new car sales in the first quarter of 2022 versus what they did just 1 year ago. Double the market share? Well, realistically, where would we really be today if manufacturers had have been prepared for this? If a Volkswagen hadn't have sold out of every EV that they can make for the rest of the year, where would we be? Yeah, I think we would be looking at minimum 50% market share right now in Europe. Regardless, Yolopnik says that electrified vehicles are having a moment in Europe. BMW and Stellantis are raking it in. And wouldn't you believe, a company that deals primarily in chips for cars isn't doing the best right now. Sales of pure electric vehicles in Europe have doubled in the last year. Reuters reported Thursday, citing industry data. Surprisingly, new registrations for battery electric cars actually exceeded those of plug-in hybrids in the first quarter of 2022. Now, I don't think that's any surprise to you. It's not any surprise to me. It's only a surprise to people who don't have any idea what they're talking about, let's be fair. Electric vehicles accounted for 10% of total passenger car sales in the EU. That's purely electric vehicles. That means they surpassed plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, which took 8.9% share. In total, 224,000 electric vehicles were sold across the EU in the January to March period. That's an increase from the 146,000 in the same period last year. If you combine plug-in hybrids with electric cars, and that means that almost 1 out of every 2 new cars sold between January and March in Europe was electrified in some way. The top seller was the Kia Niro EV, followed by the Peugeot plug-in hybrid and the Audi Q4 e-tron. Now, this is what Yolopnik says to prove my point of how brain dead they have been for a long time at this website. This whole time, I've been skeptical that manufacturers will really quit internal combustion engines. At this pace, however, some might just pull it off. In Europe, anyway. EV sales records are continually being shattered in the US too, of course, though we're lagging behind our neighbours across the Atlantic. Battery electric cars accounted for 5% of new sales on our shores in the US for the first quarter of 2022, up from 2.5% a year earlier. So what does that mean? It means what I've been saying on this channel for a long time, and I've been mocked for it. Electric car sales will likely double every year for the next few years. It's pretty much happening everywhere. Now, Yolopnik is still pretty anti-EVs. I'll give you a quote here of proving my point. He says, here in the US, unless you're Tesla or Ford, specifically in the case of the F-150, EVs aren't sexy. Now, I strongly disagree, but anyway, they're merely a means to an end. In this case, not being gouged at the pump. Most car makers need to lean on anything that might entice shoppers to make the transition. The more irrational and nostalgic, the better. That's why Volkswagen is making an electric surf van, and why Hyundai keeps resto-modding its flagships of the 70s and 80s for Instagram. Now, obviously the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is an extremely good-looking car. I don't think anyone disagrees that it's good-looking. Your level of good-lookingness for that car might differ, but everyone universally agrees the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is a good-looking car. Same thing for the EV6. Both of them will have pretty much like super performance versions, which will beat even a Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo within the next 6 to 12 months. EVs are definitely sexy. Now, the editor of the website was asked what keeps him from going electric. He says, the infrastructure thing, coupled with the fact that I live in an apartment, so I can't just plug in overnight. To a lesser extent, probably the idea of weight impacting the driving feel, but that's something I could probably get over in time. How about you? Is there a reason that you are or aren't going electric? Personally, I am going electric. I've ordered an electric car. I don't agree with this whole idea of weight, because really, to be honest, in a petrol-powered or a gas-powered or diesel-powered car, most of the weight is where? At the front of the vehicle, right? The front of the vehicle. So very few cars are 50-50 in terms of their weight distribution, which is what massively helps a car. It's handling, right? People were absolutely shocked when the Tesla Model 3 Performance beat the BMW M2 and other performance cars in Top Gear's racetrack driving tests. And it's won numerous different track tests as well. Why? Well, battery packs are evenly spread out generally over the width of the car. Plus, they're at the very lowest point of the car. Engines, where are they? They're pretty high. Realistically, the reality is, electric cars are faster than internal combustion engine vehicles. They are certainly sexy. I mean, look at the rematch Navira, the fastest car on the face of the planet Earth. Even Dodge themselves in America have admitted that they've reached the limits of internal combustion engine performance, and the future of performance cars is electric. We're talking about a muscle car brand here, says the future of performance cars is not gas, it's electric. So let me know in the comment section below, what electric car are you buying? Why are you buying it? Or what are you waiting for if you haven't bought one? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.